Hi BookTube. I'm here with the beginning of another vlog. Last week was successful, so hopefully again this week will be successful. And so I'm just here with my intentions for the rest of the week. First off, I'm starting off with a new book that I just started. I've literally just read like the first 10 pages, and that is the fourth book in the Malazan book of the Fallen series, House of Chains by Erickson. And this one actually takes place, it says, some years later. It's the aftermath of The Chain of Dogs, which was the third book. So we're continuing on timeline-wise, but with a whole set of different people. The books I'll be continuing on with, I got Transforming the Bible and the Lives of Transgender Christians by Austin Hartke, which is affirming, talking about theology in regards to trans issues and Christianity, on my e-reader here. And these next 5 books I hope to finish, I hope. And they are the books for the, it says right here, Writers' Trust of Canada, Hillary Western Writers' Trust Prize for Nonfiction. I always get the word order mixed up of the prize. So I got Shame on Me by Tessa McWatt. Two Trees Make a Forest by Jessica J. Lee. In Search of My Family's Past Among Taiwan's Mountains and Coasts. Oh, I didn't realize that there's a little person there. Then I am reading Reaching Mithmana, Among the Volunteers and Refugees on Lesbos by Stephen Hayton. To be honest, I'm hesitant about picking this book up. I'm not really enjoying it. It's Through the Garden, A Love Story with Cats by Lorna Crozier. I can't exactly put my words on it officially yet. But yeah, it's my least favorite so far, unfortunately. And it's a love story. But it's also a love story of poetry. Like, the way I thought about it kind of made it different, because it's her story. And to be honest, I think my problem is I really don't like her. Which might seem a little mean, but I don't think we would get along. It's not that I don't like her, it's just I think that we're two very different personalities. And then we got to The Way Home by David Anil. I'm actually halfway through this. I didn't realize I was just so caught up in it. And this is, I'll just show you the page I'm at now. It's got this really beautiful carving there. Yeah, it's really quite interesting. Lots of great pictures in here. Ooh. Okay, this one's cool. But like, I oohed at this one. That green one. I like that one. Yeah, so that's it for this week. I'm actually going to go select a new audiobook because I finished my other one on Friday when I last worked. And so that's it. See you in the rest of the week. Hi BookTube, it's Tuesday night, and I'm in bed. I was just finished getting my vlog from last week ready. My bangs are growing in, and I thought I'd update you, because I haven't updated since Sunday, and I picked out another book to read, because, you know, reading 6 or 7 books already is not enough apparently for me. This is book 4 in the Malazan series. This is called House of Chains by Erickson. And I'm 80 pages in already, and I don't know if enjoying it's the right word. I know that the payoff is going to be good, and his writing is just really good anyways. Like, there's a lot of battle scenes in this first 80 pages, and they're really well written. But what he often does is he doesn't continue books straightforwardly. So even though this is the 4th book, linearly it's different. We eventually get to something that's mentioned in the 2nd book, which is the Whirlwind, which is like this cult / army thing. Right now we're following a whole new selection of people, and he does that and each book introduces this new element, which new characters, new race of people, or not even beings, I guess. Yeah, and we're following right now the tablors, I think is what they're called, tablors, who are just really mean, vicious people who just want to kill everyone and cause havoc. And the horse's name is Havoc too, which is pretty cool. And then I started a new audiobook. I didn't show my selection of that, but it's Vasa in the Night by Sarah Porter, and I think it's like a Cinderella kind of tale, but with like Baba Yaga from the Russian mythology in it, and it's set in modern day New York, and Baba Yaga has a bunch of convenience stores. Yeah, and I'm listening to that on audiobook. It's entertaining. The audiobook narrator is a little monotone, but it's good enough that I'll listen to this story. Yeah, so that's it. I'm about to go to sleep. I can't see the clock and have my glasses on. I think it's just about 11 o'clock there, so I hopefully remember to update you tomorrow. So it just started raining as I was about to talk there. I like the sound of rain, so it's nice. Anyways, it's rainy and windy and actually not quite cool, and I'm on the side of the road because I got let go early from one of my patients, and I don't like being early because it throws off timing to my other patient. So yeah, books. A lot of all of the books for the Weston Prize that I'm reading right now are memoirs, and in particular reading one brought about this thought, but then it applied to all of them, and it's a thought that, do you think you have to have a certain amount of arrogance in order to write a memoir? Like, you have to think that your story, your opinions are important enough for other people to read, like, and in such detail and everything too, and then, like, how does that confidence, arrogance, wanting to portray yourself in a certain way, how does that come across on the page? Because there was one passage in Through the Garden by Lorna Crozier, well, there were a few passages actually that don't paint her as a particularly nice person. I don't know if it's just my own judgment on it coming through, but like at one point she wanted to return a cat that they adopted, and that just, to me, just no. And it wasn't for, like, because it was attacking people, it was just because, it didn't get along with her. And I was just like, why would you do that to an animal? Like, give it time, too. That happened with my own cat. He's from the SPCA, and they said, a family took him and returned him because he was just hiding for 2 weeks. And I said, well, no matter what happens with this cat, if I never see him, I'm gonna stick with it. And now won't leave my side. You have to give cats time to adjust. They're moving into a new home. They don't have the logic and reason that humans do to say, this is a good thing, right? And I mean, even humans moving, if you look at foster care or adoption, or, even if you're newly moving in with someone, of course those first few weeks are gonna be really awkward, right? And then she became really jealous of one of her husband's ex-girlfriend type things. It wasn't even a full-on girlfriend. And she just, like, did awful things to this woman. I'm just like, why would you... and I don't know if she sees it as wrong, because she's not... It doesn't... she kind of bragged about it too, and I'm just like... I don't know if it's my own judgment being like, maybe, like, you shouldn't be that kind of person, and maybe if you are that type of person, maybe you shouldn't be writing a memoir, unless you are going to say, what I did was wrong. But yeah, it's just bringing up a lot of thoughts, especially that's Through the Garden Wall. I'm going to stop talking because you're not going to be able to hear me in a few minutes because of the rain. So yeah, it applies to the other memoirs as well, but okay. I guess nature's telling me to shut up, so I will. So it's cleared up now. It still might rain, but over there it's nice and fine. Anyways, I made the decision to DNF Vasa in the night for a few reasons. I need to re-listen to a part, but I think there's some racist stuff going on there. That was just a little unsettling that I couldn't stop thinking about. I think one of the sisters who's really mean to her was portrayed as darker skinned. And she's, you know, this beautiful alabaster white chick. And I understand that it's Russian, based off Russian folklore, but yeah. Anyway, so I decided to DNF that. Hi, Ed. Look. She's so pretty. She's growing up, though. She's changing, and she's starting to look more like her mama, which is this one. This is Yuna. This is Ed. Reggy's off being Reggy. Ed's a little upset at me that I kicked her off the chair. Oh, here comes Riggs. There's Reggy. This is a little messy because the cats are always on it, and I throw seeds out and get seeds on there. Anyways, I'm not here to talk about cats. I'm here to talk about books. I'm just showing you the cats because I look and feel like garbage. I'm just really sore today. So anyways, I started a new book last night because, you know, 9 books at a time isn't enough. I need another one. And this is actually a manga. And I started reading Made in Abyss because I watched the manga, the anime, and the movie with my brother. And, oh, something going on. Something going on out there, Eggs? Something going on out there? Yeah? And it's super, like, it's one of the most unique stories, and it's so messed up, but the movie and the anime don't cover the whole story. So my brother and I have decided to read the manga together, and yeah, well, not together, he's far ahead of me, but we're both reading it around the same time. Little tail going swish, swish, swish. So yeah, I think I'm gonna expand on my memoir idea of what it takes to write a memoir, like arrogance, self-reflection, and how to combat those, because in some of the other Weston Prize books, ow, sorry, my cat just attacked my foot. In some of the other Weston Prize books, they're all memoirs, but they're able to write memoirs without it coming across as just being me all the time, right? Which is the problem I'm having with Through the Garden. This is going to be a little awkward because the camera stopped filming for some reason, but I was talking about how this memoir is very self-centered, and I don't know if I had noticed that if it wasn't for the other memoirs I'm reading as well, that also talk about like history, nature, racism, art. You know, they have other things besides just that person's, the author's life going on, their life, and well, I mean, it's also their opinions, but it's not just their opinions, you know what I mean? Like, it's other things as well. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on memoirs down below. I don't read a lot of memoirs, so I don't know a lot of that, you know, if that's always the case, but with reading these 5, and especially all at the same time, yeah, I really got to pick up those seeds. Oh no! Oh, and you can see my snacks and sheets on the floor there. And that tissue paper's for the cats. Okay, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow.
Like standing at a supermarket checkout and not looking at what the person in front of you has put on the conveyor belt, they are impossible things. Voting for someone to die whom you've never met? Not so impossible. And the public is already lapping up the opportunity to have its say. Who in their right...
So it's Saturday, and I'm gonna apologize. I'm talking a bit funny, because I have a sore my tongue. But I want to finish updating. It seems... I remember 2016, the election, and I was reading a lot of comforting, wholesome type reads. And it seems that this year, during the American election, I've gone the complete opposite end, and I've been listening to books that just show how horrible things can be, and how horrible people are. So for example, I'm reading Made in Abyss, which I know what I'm getting into because I watched the anime, but some horrible things happen, and some of it's perpetrated by people. People have gone insane and are hurting other people horribly. And then I decided to listen to this audiobook called Passengers by John Mars. And so this is... Oh, let me talk about Made in Abyss first. It's about... there's this giant hole in the middle of the earth that goes down really, really, really deep. And it's called the Abyss. But there's like different levels. I think there's 7 or 8 levels altogether. And we have these people called cave raiders who can dive down and explore it, but they can only go down to like the 4th or 5th level before they would die. So each level that comes up has a different, like, if you can go down, no problem, but if you go up, you get some sort of sickness. Like the first level, you get like dizzy and nauseous, and then I don't know, it's the 3rd or the 4th level where you just bleed from every orifice and you're in incredible pain. And then the 5th to 4th level, even just like walking up a set of stairs, you start to self-harm and you lose all your senses, and it's messed up. It's really messed up. And we're following 2 12-year-old kids as they're trying to make their way to the very bottom of the abyss. Yeah. And like horrible things keep happening on each of the different levels. And then I'm listening to this Passengers by John Mars, as I said, which is about driverless cars, like completely automated cars driven by AI. They get hacked, and there's 8 passengers, and they're told, you know, you are traveling and you're going to crash all into each other and you're going to die. And then on the flip side, there's this jury put together that have to decide who lives and who dies. And I think John Mars is a psychopath because some horrible things are happening. He's just, I don't know what's going on in his mind that he's able to come up with these horrible things happening. Yeah. I'm still, like, I don't want to say I'm enjoying it, because it is horrible stuff happening, but I am enjoying, like, the story, and it's making me think a lot. Yeah, and I didn't manage to finish any of the Western Prize books. I think that will be my goal for next week. I'm close to the end of a lot of them. Yeah, that's it. And I think I'm going to finish this audiobook soon because I've just normally turn it off when I'm waiting, the audiobook, and I do stuff on my phone, but I've just been listening to it. It's very attention grabbing. So I'm going to stop talking now because my mouth is so sore, and I still have one more person to see today at work. So yeah, that's it. I don't have puff sleeves. It's just my uniform. That's just how it is when you lift your arms up. Okay, it gives you more room to pull and just hug and things. Okay, I'm gonna go.